Can you give us an overview of the Goodwin Volunteer Doula project and its aims?
Yes, the project started in Hull nearly 3 years ago, and the aim of the project is to recruit and train local women to become volunteer doulas, which are birth partners, and then match them with local women who have very little support throughout pregnancy, birth, and then for the first 6 weeks of family life. As I said, the project has been running nearly 3 years and developed out of a local show start project, and has now expanded, and we offer the service in all areas of the city.
Can you explain to us how your funding streams have changed in that time and how you are currently funded?
Yes, initially the funding came through a small pot from the show start programme we were part of. The next year to that we had European money, so it was European Regional Development Fund and European Social Fund money. And then this year we've been really successful in gaining funding through Hull Teaching PCT and through the early years fund through the local authority, so that's been great for the project.
The key to getting such joint funding is obviously to be hitting their targets. What health and government agendas do you fit with?
Yeah, primarily we fit very closely with maternity matters, as the project gives vulnerable women or isolated women choice and information around their pregnancy and birth and breastfeeding. But we also fit closely with Every Child Matters and our local area agreement, which I'm sure would mirror many other local area agreements across the country.
Okay, so clearly recruiting and retaining volunteers is key to the success of the project. Can you clarify how you achieve this?
Yes, this is a vital area of the project, and we make it very clear at the beginning how intensive a role it is for the volunteers, and that they do need to be on call across the time of the birth, which is the crux time for mums. We also offer a lot of emotional and practical support. They receive mileage, childcare costs, they get a mobile phone. They also receive a lot of supervision, so that would either be over the phone or one-to-one support, and also a lot of training. We really spend a lot of time training the volunteers. Apart from the block session at the beginning when they're recruited, we also have monthly get-togethers, which is a platform for training and for peer support and for just general communication with all volunteers and making them feel part of a team and part of belonging to something.
You've touched on the training that you offer to the volunteers. Can you expand on that for us?
Yeah, the training is currently accredited with the Open College Network to level 2. We're also currently developing that to level 3, and that is around the volunteering as a doula and also around breastfeeding skills. The number of hours they have to commit to the training is around 50, which covers breastfeeding, a 2-day preparing for birth course, which is all around how they actually support the woman through the labour. We do child protection level 1, domestic abuse awareness. We do quite a lot of health and safety, because obviously the safety of volunteers is vital to the project. We're working with interpreters, working with other agencies, getting themselves organised, so it's quite a comprehensive training package. And that training we've found has also helped many of the volunteers move on to university if they've wanted to do that. We've had quite a high success rate of volunteers moving into midwifery or adult nursing courses.
What about staffing structure? How has that developed over the years, and how many staff do you currently employ?
The projects initially, there was a small team of myself, a midwife that was part of the Show Start programme, and also a community friends coordinator. As the project has expanded, there are now a team of 5 of us, and as myself, 3 locality development workers. So their role is to support the volunteers, to promote the project to all the local agencies, so we do get referrals in, and also we have a administrative officer that supports the team and keeps it all in line.
And what specialist skills does your team have?
Yes, when recruiting the team, we've really focused on staff that have worked with families with difficult backgrounds, that have worked with volunteers, that really know how to support and motivate volunteers. And also we've also been lucky enough to have one of our development workers who trained to be midwife, so she's brought along her midwifery skills and knowledge.
Where do the women and families supported by the volunteers come from?
As I said, the locality development workers link in very closely to all the other agencies, and we get referrals from everyone from community midwives to hospital midwives, social workers, health visitors, interpreters, the asylum support team, anyone really that does come into contact with pregnant women that might need that extra bit of support. And those women that we support come from a wide variety of backgrounds and may need our help. They might be new to the country, so asylum seekers, refugees, migrant workers. They may be young mums, homeless mums, they may be suffering from alcohol or substance misuse. So a real wide range of backgrounds that the women do come from.
How do you feel that you are addressing the needs of the communities you support, and how are they involved in the development of the project?
We continuously keep in touch with the mums ourselves as well as the volunteers, just to make sure that the mums are happy with the match. We evaluate the work the volunteer's done after the volunteer pulls out, so we'd go and meet the mum and ask her how she's felt about how it's worked. We have a mums and doulas group, which the mums are invited to come along to, and there we'd ask them how they feel about the project. And also we have a steering group which we encourage the mums to come along to that as well. And also obviously the volunteers are part of the community, and they are present on the steering group, and we have close contact with them, and we get regular feedback from them on their involvement and how they would like to see the project develop.
We hear you also recently won a national award.
Yes, that was great. We, in conjunction with Hull and East Riding Maternity Services, we won the All-Party Parliamentary Group Award for Inclusive Services for isolated communities. So that was great. We had a day out in London to receive the awards.
What are your plans for the next few years in Hull and in the rest of the country?
In Hull, we would hope to continue developing on the successes we've already had. So recruiting and training more volunteers, supporting more mums, and getting funding for at least 2 more years. For the rest of the country, we have developed a business in a box replication package that we are hoping to roll out to other agencies in other parts of the country. That would entail a consultancy type, my time's consultancy to help them set up the project. We also have database and website, a business manual that can help them do that, and also would offer to provide the training for them and the links with the Open College Network. We'd also long term like to become the centre of excellence across the country for volunteer doulas, and holding national conferences and further training, etc.
If other areas of the country wanted to get involved, what would be the next steps?
Yes, our contact details will be on the end of this film, and so they would be able to contact us through there, and then we would come and do an initial visit and see what stage they're at and how and where we could start helping them.